Okay, so let's get started on this soup. In my stock pot, I have my butter and oil, and I'm heating that up till it's blended. I've already chopped my onion and my carrots, and I have my broccoli ready. I have my flour, milk, and my secret with a lot of soup, if you want, I always have cans of evaporated milk in my pantry. And I find that this makes a creamier soup. But if you don't want to use that, just use regular milk. And then my stock, and then my spices. So I have everything laid out. Don't forget, all the ingredients will be listed below for you to check that out. And let's get started. So this is heating on a medium-high heat just till blended. Okay, my oil and butter are simmering nicely in there, and I'm going to add my onion and my carrot. And you know what? You can alter the amount of onion and to your taste. When making soup, you add what you like. And I'm just going to simmer that for about 10 minutes till it's fragrant and the onions and carrots are softened. I wish that I could have all of you in my kitchen and to work along with me. But since you can't, this is the best way. And I'm a home cook, just loving flavor and things that are reasonably quick but tasty. So I hope you enjoy watching me do these things. Maybe not cooking, but you see my other posts of my crafting and home decorating. It's enjoying all the things that you like doing. And you can always play with different ingredients with your spices and your milks. And some people like to make their homemade stock. I don't do that. It's a snowy day here in southern Ontario, and they're predicting by the end of the day we're going to be having some freezing rain. So my husband's out there digging away, and I thought this nice soup would just be a yummy thing for a winter's day. In this part of Ontario, we're very close to the lake, and we don't seem to get as much snow as other people. I have two sisters that live north, and they are bombarded, so I can't complain about the snow here. Now, what I'm going to do now, those veggies are softened. I have my flour, and I'm going to add this to that mixture. And I'm thickening up that a little bit, that those veggies, and to make a creamier soup. If you're gluten-free, use gluten-free flour. Now I have some no added salt chicken stock. And I'm going to add that slowly to that roux. You want that roux to sort of cook and thicken, but not burning it. And then I'm going to add this stock very slowly and keep stirring so you don't have any lumps. If you get lumps, don't worry. If you have a whisk, you know, like a pulser, a blender, you can blend. I'll show you what I do with that. That's a favorite tool, kitchen tool of mine. So I'm using about 3 to 4 cups of this stock. If you're a vegetarian, then use your vegetarian stock. But this chicken stock just gives an extra bit of flavor. So I'm just going to keep stirring and adding this slowly. Till that's okay. And then to that, I'm going to add my milk. If you want to use cream, go ahead, but I don't think you need it. When we add the cheese, that's going to be a thickener in itself, or that extra creaminess that people like in a soup. All right, so there. Now I'm just gonna let that sit for a few minutes as I stir it and just keep scraping the bottom of my pot. Isn't it good to have a one pot dish like this? All right, now as that blends and comes together, I'm going to add my spices. I am going to add, and this is all up to taste, some pepper. I don't measure much, but I will put some measurements down below. I'm going to put in a little bit of paprika, my favorite garlic powder, and you know my favorite here. Now, see what I mean? If you don't like this, don't use it. I love freshly grated nutmeg. So I'm gonna add a bit of that. And a couple of bay leaves if you want. If you don't want to use bay leaves, like I say, this is your taste. I am not adding a lot of salt. My husband has blood pressure problems, so that's why the salt. I'm not adding much. If I wanted more salt for myself, I'll add it to my own bowl of soup at the end of the day. Stir that and let that, all those spices. I'm sure if you wanted, you could add some cayenne pepper. If you wanted something spicier, you could add a little bit of curry. This is your kitchen, your taste, what you like. Now, to that, I'm going to add my broccoli. And you notice I'm not chopping it. Hey, if I'm going to use that blender later, then let that do the work for me. So I'm going to let that cook till the broccoli has softened. Okay, so my vegetables are fork tender. I have picked out the bay leaves. You can leave this as is, or you can use, I have a brawn here, and I'm just going to just blend some of those vegetables. Just be sure when you're blending these veggies, this is hot and you don't want it to splash up and burn you. So now to that, I'm gonna add cheese, about 2 to 3 cups. And just blend that all together. If you find your soup is too thick, you can add a little bit more milk or a little bit more of your stock. Kids will eat this a little bit more if there's not as many big chunks of vegetables in there. Kids of all ages, some adults don't like those chunky things. And you can taste that. And I think it's perfect. Now we're going to get this in a bowl and serve it up.